I'm very excited to be joined by the one and only Max Thoma. He's the South Bend Cubs broadcaster. There's a game. The South Bend Cubs are on Marquee Sports Network, 6:05 Central Time on Thursday. Max will be on the call, and we're here to talk about some prospects. So let's get going on it, Max. DJ Hers, unbelievable lefty, a little bit of a crossfire delivery, super deceptive. That K rate's been fantastic. You saw him a little bit last year, and now you've seen him this year. What stands out about him?
I mean, like you said, the crossfire delivery, it's just so hard for guys to pick up the baseball when he is throwing against them. I mean, that fastball that sits about 92, 93, can kick up 95, 96. It just plays so much faster because of the angle, the deception. A lefty working from the far first base side of the rubber, as you see. I mean, he's just nasty. He had a start a couple of weeks ago against Dayton. At the time, they had the second best win percentage in all of minor league baseball. He had a career-high 13 Ks. At one point, struck out 8 guys in a row. I mean, he has just been lethal in his career, really, especially this year, too.
Absolutely. I have him ranked number 8 in the in the Cubs system. How much longer do you think he's going to be there, Max?
I mean, that is the real question. I know I'm really excited whenever I see our rotation every week, and I still see DJ out there. But, I mean, it's anybody's best guess. It's certainly a matter of time. I mean, he has made some high A bats look pretty bad the last few months.
Absolutely. It might be a matter of time for another lefty, Jordan Wicks, the 2021 first-rounder, 21st overall. You were telling me off camera a little bit that he's throwing the whirly or the sweeper, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit of a new slider. Cuts across the plate, a little more sweep. We got Daniel Norris up on the big league team throwing it, and a couple other guys as well. College arm as opposed to DJ Hers, who's a high school arm. Max, I imagine Wicks is maybe a little bit more polished.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that stood out about Wicks when we met him last year in September, he actually made his pro debut on Marquee Sports Network, was just the calmness, the composure, the maturity is just incredible. But, yeah, I mean, the whirly is what we're calling it. It's been lethal this year. I mean, he's known for the changeup. That pitch just disappears low and away to right-handed batters. But the slider has been stellar this year. And, I mean, even you have said it could project at one point, maybe better even than that changeup, which has just been so stellar.
Absolutely. You see the 4.42 ERA, not that great, but there's been a bit of a strikeout uptick, which I think is the key thing to point out with him. I often think of this, Max, from the player development side. Minor leaguers, they might be working on things. What they're working on might project them to be better than they currently are. So sometimes those results maybe are a little deceptive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes he's playing with stuff. He actually had a different motion. He wasn't thrown out of the windup a couple of starts ago. But what has stood out to me of late is just the control of the strike zone. His strikeout to walk ratio is just south of 5 on the season right now. But this month, 20 Ks to just 2 walks. And we're talking 3 weeks now into the month of June.
Yeah, that strikeout to walk is something that stabilizes quick. And I know if you want one stat that encapsulate a prospect, I think that's one of the main ones to look at. Let's go a little north. Let's jump to Canada and talk some Owen Casey. He's a good old Ontario boy. I'm sure he loves maple syrup and a variety of other things Canadians love. But he's got red hair. I know his nickname when he was playing high school ball back there was Crush or OJ, which I absolutely think that we need to get going again. But he's got big pop from the left side. Max, tell us a little about him.
Yeah, I mean, OC, it might have been considered a little bit of an aggressive assignment to him starting in high A. A 19-year-old, he's going out there every day and facing guys that are, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years older than him. Didn't play that well in April, hit just 112, but in May, turns it around, bats .313, 26 RBIs in 23 games. You see the strut on that home run. That homer he hit last homestand, 111 miles per hour off the bat. It cleared our video board in right field. He has just been incredible the last month and a half.
That's fantastic. Average homer in the majors is right around 104, so that's a huge uptick in terms of that max exit value for him, which I love. I absolutely love. 380 OBP in May. He won the organization's Player of the Month award. And another guy who is on that list of potentially winning a future Player of the Month award in the organization is Corro, Armstrong, acquired in the Javi Baez trade. Now, you only saw him for about 9 games, I believe, before he went down with a bone bruise on his hand. Can you give us a little injury update and then what you saw before he went down?
Oh, the expectation is for him to be back here this week. But, what I saw from him was just, to put it in one word, electric. I've talked to a lot of coaches in the organization, coordinators in the organization. The defense out there in center field, is just absolutely elite. A guy who you could project as maybe a future Gold Glove winner. But that first week with us, he struggled with the low end and breaking ball, makes an adjustment. One of the first at-bats he had his second week, he homered on that pitch. There, you saw it right there. A guy who just is so electric on the bases and in the outfield. He's so smooth, a guy who just is so aggressive on the base pass, too. Loves to take that extra base if you're going to give it to him.
I love it. Yeah, he's super aggressive in the field. I really enjoyed watching him in spring. And another outfield mate of his right before he went down is Jordan Wogu, who I believe is your kind of under-the-radar player here. So talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick right now, maybe if it was 2 weeks ago, I'd go Jeremiah Estrada, but he got sent up to Double-A. So now I'm going with the former Michigan man, the third rounder in Jordan Wogu, who over the last 40 days has an on-base percentage over 40. He's got 27 hits in his last 28 games. He's drawn 17 walks over that stretch, 6 RBIs in his last 4 games. I mean, he's been batting leadoff. He's been, batting third as well. He has just been sublime of late, under the radar with all the top outfield prospects we've had here in South Bend this year. When you think of, Canario, when you think about PCA, you think about Owen Casey. Don't forget about Jordan Wogu.
Don't forget about Jordan Wogu. Don't forget about our South Bend Cubs broadcasts. Peoria Chiefs, the Cardinals high A affiliate in South Bend. Max will be on the call, 6:05 p.m. Central Time. Max, what are you most excited about to get these games on marquee, man?
Well, I'm just so honored to be a part of it and get to showcase, our production team here in South Bend, which is, I think, second to none in minor league baseball. Brennan King and I will have the call. It's a blast for us. It's so great for Cubs fans across the country to get to see what the Cubs are doing at the minor league levels, because the Cubs, these young guys are just so stellar when you think top to bottom, especially here in South Bend. And, it should be Jordan Wicks on Thursday. He's coming off his first career win on Friday. It's going to be a fun one. Cubs and Cards Midwest League High A edition.
Yeah, watch the Cubs and Cards minor leaguers, and then this weekend we head to St. Louis. You'll see the Cubs obviously on Marquee Network against the Cardinals. Max, Notre Dame, obviously a huge story in the College World Series now. I think they're 1-1, but they play on Tuesday, I think around 1 o'clock Central Time. I imagine as a community in South Bend for you guys, that's been great to see their success.
Yeah. I mean, they have been a treat to watch all season long. I mean, I might have to do some calculations to see if their average age in their starting lineup might be older than ours. That is a veteran-laden club. I think they have like 8 or 9 graduates generally that start in that batting order, but been a huge spark to the South Bend community of late. We're excited to watch them the rest of the week. I know they're in action again, elimination game on Tuesday night.
That's big. Tuesday, Thursday, and the weekend. A ton of baseball coming up, Max. We really appreciate you taking the time. Again, Thursday, 6:05 Central Time, Peoria Chiefs at South Bend Cubs. Max on the call.